Baltimore secured a commanding 28-14 victory over Pittsburgh on Saturday night in the AFC Wild Card round, earning a spot in the divisional round. This marks the Ravens' second consecutive trip to the second round, following a first-round bye last year as the AFC's #1 overall seed. These Ravens have the tools to win the Super Bowl, something Lamar Jackson and the team have been unable to accomplish in previous seasons despite their regular season successes. The addition of Derrick Henry to their offense has made a significant difference, as the team no longer has to rely solely on Jackson's legs to fuel their running game. Henry's remarkable performance, 26 carries, 186 yards, and 2 touchdowns, powered the Ravens' rushing attack, which amassed a total of 299 yards in the win over the Steelers. While Henry's 1,921 yards and 16 touchdowns in the regular season were impressive, the Ravens' standard is now set on reaching, and ideally winning, the Super Bowl. This comes after their near miss in the playoffs in recent years, including last season's AFC Championship loss to the Chiefs. Henry's performance in the postseason, especially given his historical success in the playoffs, is a promising sign for Baltimore. He entered the playoffs with the most rushing yards per game in December or later, 99.8 in the Super Bowl era, and tied Hall of Famer Terrell Davis for the most playoff games with at least 150 rushing yards, 4. However, Baltimore's defense showed vulnerability in the third quarter, allowing several explosive pass plays. Against more potent AFC offenses, the Ravens' defense will need to tighten up. Despite this, Baltimore's defensive performance in the first half, where they pitched a shutout, and their overall season as the #1 defense suggests their playoff prospects remain strong. The Ravens, with Jackson, Henry, and a rising defense, have everything in place for a Super Bowl run. Even though wide receiver Zay Flowers was sidelined with a knee injury, the team's overall talent gives them a legitimate shot at the championship. Anything short of representing the AFC in the Super Bowl should be considered a failure. Pittsburgh's most pressing question now centers on who will be their starting quarterback in 2025. At the start of the season, Russell Wilson was viewed as the clear answer. He played efficient football and led the Steelers to a 6-1 record in his first 7 games. However, his performance faltered in the final weeks, culminating in a lackluster playoff showing. Meanwhile, Justin Fields, who also is set to become a free agent, had a mixed tenure as Pittsburgh's starter. Although he made good decisions and was a strong rushing threat, his inability to stretch defenses vertically limited the Steelers' offensive potential. With Pittsburgh picking later in the first round of the draft, they likely won't be in position to select a top quarterback. Free agency will be the key avenue for finding a new signal caller, but even with an improved quarterback, it remains uncertain whether that will be enough to break Pittsburgh's 6-game playoff losing streak.